advantage of this partnership. The water tank can be acquired through direct cash payment or financing through SACCO loan. Economic hardships. Dear members, we recognize that the country is experiencing economic challenges which continue to affect households, businesses, institutions, including SACCOs. These challenges have contributed to reduced loan uptake and an increase in loan defaults. As part of our efforts to support members facing financial difficulties, the SACCO has introduced a restructuring loan, which provides individuals, members with an extended repayment period of up to 84 months. As a SACCO, we shall continue to explore and implement prudent measures that cushion our members against economic pressures and statutory adjustments that may occur from time to time, while at the same time fulfilling our responsibility to safeguard and prudently manage the resources entrusted to us. We therefore call upon members experiencing financial difficulties to approach the SACCO for a candid discussion so that together we can explore the available opportunities or options and find a sustainable way forward. Our prospects for the remainder of 2026. As we progress into the second half of the year, some of our key priorities include enhancing enrollment in our medical services, increasing the uptake of Macau and KMRC loan products, promoting good health through access to clean water, leveraging our partnership with Rototanks, enhancing our mobile-enabled products and services, increasing awareness of WOMINI SACCO and its products across all 27 dioceses, continuing to review and improve our products and services to meet the ever-changing needs and expectations of our members. These priorities are anchored on our objective to ensure that WOMINI SACCO remains relevant, accessible, and responsive to the financial needs of our members. Our request to members, honorable members, as we move forward, we humbly request you to strengthen your deposits and share contribution to the SACCO relevant, accessible. We also encourage members who currently responsive to the financial needs to consider responsibly our request patronizing the SACCO's loan products. Honorable members, where there is a genuine financial need, strengthen WOMINI SACCO depends on the collective participation of its members. When we save, borrow wisely, borrow responsibly, repay consistently, and invest through our SACCO, we strengthen the institution that belongs to all of us. In conclusion, distinguished members and all participants, I once again thank you for taking the time to join us for this important members education webinar. I also extend our sincere appreciation to our members, staff, partners, and all other stakeholders for a continued support of WOMINI SACCO and its activities. As we reflect on the triple benefits of savings, let us remember that saving is not simply about putting money aside. It is about creating security, opening doors to investment, and building a better future to ourselves and our families. Our unity of purpose, commitment, and collective focus will be the driving force that takes WOMINI SACCO to the next level. Let us continue to believe in the power of collective savings, responsible borrowing, and shared responsibility. I pray for God's continued guidance, wisdom, and blessings as we work together to strengthen WOMINI SACCO and continue glorifying His name through our service. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Madam Rose. Thank you for what you've informed our members through the board. From the speaker, you can hear that the impact of saving with WOMINI SACCO, we offer security to our members, we enhance investment in various ways. People have bought plots. We also ensure good and healthy livelihood for our aging population. And that's why we encourage members to save with Waumini SACCO. As we continue celebrating this gift of the Assumption, a day about being lifted up in dignity, wholeness, and peace, financial stress holds us down, but disciplined savings elevates our lives, our families, and our spiritual peace of mind. From our speaker, we have heard that in Waumini SACCO, we offer loans that have helped our members grow. We also have Waumini Home Mortgage. We also provide Masao loan. We also have Fahari projects, land projects. We have plots that we are still selling, and we welcome our members, even those who are not members, to come and secure a plot with Waumini SACCO. We also have a medical scheme that we have partnered with CIC. We also have water tank projects that we are buying tanks for our members. Welcome, so that we continue growing together as one family of Christ. As we move forward, I want to welcome our brother, Dr. Edmond Okari, to give us information on savings as security. Karibu sana, Daktari.
Thank you, moderator. And I welcome all our members, those listening to us and those watching online for this very important educational webinar. And I'm extremely privileged this morning to share with you some few insights on one of the most important uniting factors of us all as members. After all, we belong to Waumini SACCO, a savings and credit society. And I think one of the most important uniting factors is the saving component. I want to start my reflection with you on a very fundamental principle of life, and that is the universal law of cyclical change. And I would want to invite all of us to reflect on the principles of life and principles of nature, because that is how life and everything is designed. So the principle of nature simply operates on the premise that everything keeps changing. There is a sense in which everything, predictably or unpredictably, keeps changing. And there is what we call that, what comes with that is the principle of seasons. The principle of seasons. And my discussion this morning will be guided on that basis, on the principle of seasons. And you may agree with me, good people, that at any given point, we find ourselves by nature in different seasons. For instance, whenever you see anybody, you are almost certain that one day that person was a child, and maybe now is an adult. Whenever we talk about maturity, it must have been caused through growth, of course. And that principle of seasons applies to everything that is, whether biological, ecological, or economical. Having explained that principle, I want to ask a question to everyone listening to me this morning, that if today your income stopped for some reason, if your income stopped, how many days could your life continue exactly as it is? And most importantly, whose money will be paying for your life? The other question I could want us to reflect on is, in your case, is saving an act of fear? Is it an act of faith? Or is it an act of intentional strategy? When I'm talking about a strategic act, I mean that you have made a very deliberate decision, and so consciously so, to save. Those are questions that I invite you to reflect upon. This morning, I want us to discuss 3 key themes in relation to savings. Collectively, I want us to try and understand what we mean by savings. And when we are talking about savings, what is your own understanding of savings? I also want to talk about savings as a security and opportunity. And lastly, in our context, savings and loans or wealth creation. Allow me to draw from the wisdom from the whole book. And this morning, I want us to reflect from the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 6 to 8, that reads, "Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer, or a ruler. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest." And the key word I want to underline, good people, is be wise. And I want to talk about being wise against what I've already mentioned, the principle of seasons. And like I said, this principle applies to everything, every creature, and every creature that we interact with or we do not. Consider its ways and be wise. Now, we are talking about savings. And we are talking about savings under the principle of seasons. Because you cannot save that you do not have. You can only save that you have. So as for me in SACCO, why do we want to talk about savings? And quite often, I'm sure that this is not a new concept to all of us. We have discussed savings before. We are still talking about it. And maybe in the future, we shall talk about it. So the question is, why is savings such an important concept in our discussion? Number one, we want to talk about it from the perspective of financial freedom. And we are saying that financial freedom is not an accident. Again, on the principle of seasons, nothing happens by accident. Like I said, seasons come predictably. Some seasons come unpredictably. And from the financial freedom perspective, good people, it is the predictable result of consistent, deliberate decisions that are repeated over time. If you see or if you admire anybody that you consider to be financially free, from the principle of seasons, it will tell you that once upon a time, at a given point, that person must have made certain deliberate decisions. The other reason is the cost of not saving. Because from the principle of seasons, if you do not position yourself well, depending on the season that you are, then you are going to pay later heavily for not being attentive to a season in your life. Naturally, there are things that you were expected to do when you were an infant, or maybe when you were a youth, or depending on whatever season you are, because every season will bring certain opportunities, will bring certain privileges that you must align yourself. The last reason is that small, consistent savings compound. Again, it is a principle of nature. If, for instance, you have a child at home and you want that child to grow in a certain way, there are certain things that you must do. Either feed that child and feed him well, take this child to school at the right time, and over time, certain results will be seen. We call that the compound principle or the compound effect. Recently, and I think in Kenya, there is a discussion around taking this country to Singapore. And personally, I've been thinking, what if you as an individual, you are a country of your own? The power of savings in relation to different nations. What makes Singapore an admirable country? And I'm not saying that Kenya is not admirable, but if you were to be given a choice, do you want to be Kenya? Or do you want to be Japan? Or do you want to be South Korea? Or the United States? Assuming you are a country and you are given a choice, which of those countries will you want to be? I'll be interested to look at the responses from you, dear listeners and our members. Your guess might be as good as mine, but the fundamental question is, why could you want to be Singapore and not Kenya? Why could somebody choose to be China and not South Sudan? One of the critical determining differences is the saving culture. And this slide here presents us with data on what differentiates these countries from the perspective of saving. In Kenya, for instance, we only save around 12% of our GDP. Consider that, for instance, with a country like China that saves around 44%. Singapore, which is a darling of most people around here, saves 42%. Good people. Being Singapore or being Kenya is a question of choice around savings. What percentage of your income do you save? And where do you save that? As simple as that question might seem, and the answer you have given, because I've made it a function of choices that you make. There are many reasons as to why many people find it very difficult to save. Let me share some of the basic reasons why most people find it difficult to save. The first one is lack of intentionality. Like the example I've given, how many of us have the intention of becoming a Singapore at a personal level? How many of us have the intentionality to become a United States at a personal level? So you have chosen to be who you are because of lack of intentionality. Savings as an afterthought instead of a priority. Again, when we discuss the science of priority and prioritization, where is savings on the hierarchy of, or on the list of your top priorities? Instant gratification will always win. Like I said, in the principle of seasons, during the season of abundance, because all of us at any given time, life or nature would present us to abundance, whatever that abundance is, whether you have abundance of health, whether you have abundance of earning, whether you have abundance of energy, whatever that is. So when that happens, where is the priority to save? Are you that person who instant gratification will always win over long-term goals? And that brings me to the next point, when we do not have clear goals. Maybe if I ask a question, do you have a clear, specific goal around your savings? For instance, how much money do you intend to put aside in the year 2026, so that by the end of this year, or maybe by this month, end of this month, you can be able to say, well, as per my goal, I am already behind, or I'm ahead, or I'm meeting my target. The other reason is pressure. And pressure from whatever quarter that you might think of. We live in an era of technology where we are all big consumers of social media and the pressure that comes with that. You know, when you see your friend, when you see somebody somewhere posting that they are on holiday somewhere, posting that they have the latest fashion of whatever product that is, posting that they have acquired the latest machine in town, what does that make you feel? And how does that interact with your long-term financial goals? Sometimes it is that feeling that small amounts do not matter. For instance, you know, thinking that if I invest 100 shillings with Waumini, what will that translate to at the end of the year? Maybe 80 shillings in returns. What will that do for me? But I want to tell you again, the principle of seasons, when we talked about compounding, that it is the small things, it is the small effects that eventually convert into mammoth sizes of savings or anything. For instance, if I asked you by what percentage does a child grow every day, perhaps you might not be in a position to answer that question in precision. That's also true with our savings. Overconfidence about tomorrow. You know, tomorrow will take care of itself. Tomorrow, I might land on a new opportunity. You know, tomorrow, I might get a promotion at work. Or tomorrow, something better might come my way. That is okay. But that does not negate the wisdom of attending to seasons. That feeling that savings is restrictive, that savings denies you the luxury and the joy of the moment. And that, of course, disrupts you or causes you not to be intentional about savings. Now, today we are talking about the triple benefits of savings. And if I'm allowed, I think I can change that to talk about the endless benefits of savings. Because when you talk about triple, somebody can easily confuse that to say there are only 3 benefits of savings. The benefits of savings are endless. But for this discussion, we want to talk about the 3 that we have identified for now. For instance, we are talking about emergency safety. Where do you put something aside? You know, when that unexpected happens, because like we have said, in the principle of seasons, a different season will come. If today you are in abundance, definitely, like day follows night and vice versa, a season of scarcity will come. That reminds me of the story of Joseph and the nation of Egypt. When Egypt was threatened with famine, all that Joseph did is to subscribe to the principle of seasons, that we are in a season of abundance, we are in a season of plenty, but for sure, time is coming of scarcity. And what did he advise Pharaoh to do? Put aside a fraction of the harvest, so that when the other season comes, people will have something to eat. Debt freedom. We save so as to avoid bad loans and high interest rates. Of course, some make bad financial decisions out of desperation of the moment. I don't know about you, but if I asked you how many of you have taken loans from digital lenders, and I want to ask of you, please check the amount of interest rates that you are paying. What, for instance, stops you not to qualify for affordable, cheaper loans that your SACCO, in our case, WOMIN, is providing? Among other reasons, it could be that you do not qualify. Maybe you have not saved adequately enough to deal with your situation. In order to avoid such, then you must be able to save and save wisely when time allows. The last one is so as to grow your wealth. And in my own experience, good people, I think one of the most wonder tools that man ever created is the tool called the SACCO movement. And I think it's one of the biggest privileges that we all have, that we belong to WOMIN SACCO. Shortly, we'll be able to demonstrate through figures what building wealth can mean by just saving some little part of your savings every month or every day or every week. The principle of seasons tells us that you must create the necessary conditions for growth or as per your situation of nature. And let me talk about plants, for instance. If I give you seeds, you will have to make certain choices on where and how you want to store your seed or where you want to plant your seed. And if we compared our resources, in this case, money as a seed, you have a choice, either to put it on a mattress, like once upon a time people used to do. You have a choice of putting it in a bank or putting it in WOMIN SACCO. And if I chose to put it in WOMIN SACCO, what advantages do I have? Number one, competitive interest rate. Every year, good people, at around April, I personally receive a lot of calls around when are our dividends reflecting in our accounts? In other words, when am I getting the returns of my investments? Your deposits and interests year after year. Your deposits unlock higher loan multipliers. Actually, one of the reasons why I will always save in Women SACCO is because I know every time I check 1 shilling into Women SACCO, I have a potential of accessing 4 shillings on top, sometimes more, depending on the product that you want to consume. At the beginning, our vice chair talked about Fahari plots. She talked about the mortgage product where you can access 5 times. An opportunity such as that will only excite and probably is going to benefit those who saved at the right time, so that 1 shilling can be escalated and grow, multiplied by 5, and instantly you have a home that you are going to pay with only 9% interest rate in a period of 25 years. That is what saving in a SACCO makes possible. Other advantages, good people, include having funds available for emergencies. We agreed that in the principle of seasons, certain things come and they are predictable, others are unpredictable. Nobody knows when you are going to fall sick next. Maybe sometimes you don't know when that glaring opportunity is going to knock your door and will require certain funds. If you do not save with Womini, maybe those opportunities are likely to bypass you. For reasons such as retirement, the principle of seasons tells us that if today you are active and energetic, time is coming when your energy will be depleted, and chances are you will not be working. And if you'll be working, you may not be as productive as you are today. So what is going to happen when that time comes? I've talked about wealth creation and wealth maximization. Let me talk about confidence. I don't know about you, but for me, when I know that I have saved, when I know that I have invested somewhere, I go to bed a little bit more comfortable than when I know that I'm so vulnerable. That tomorrow, if I'm expected to pay school fees for somebody, I have no idea where I'm going to get it from. Sometimes that fear that if today I lost my job, I don't know where my bread will come from. We save so that as human beings, we have that confidence that regardless of the situation you find yourself in, you can be able to take care of it. I don't want to talk about the different sources of savings because we agreed that you cannot save that you do not have, and therefore the intentionality to generate. And God has blessed us in many ways. Some of you or some of us are employed. Sometimes I hear people say that actually your salary cannot make you rich or cannot build wealth for you. And that is, I don't think that is true. That's a big lie, because you cannot plant the seeds at your disposal. A portion of your salary put aside consistently will, with the time, grow to huge sums of investment or resources. Maybe your side hustles. I don't know. For some of us, the only portion we present to a main SACCO is the salary that we receive out of checkoff. I don't know when you last took a portion of the money that you side hustled and submitted it to OMIN. I don't know when you last received your portion of your Chama investment and decided that out of this, I'm going to share or to send to OMIN to secure my future. I don't know when you last negotiated for a deal. You were supposed to pay 500 shillings you negotiated to 300 shillings, and you decided that now that I was prepared to pay 500, let the 200 go to my savings. If you are a student, I don't know when you last took a portion of your allowance or a portion of your pocket money and submitted it as your savings. Good people, allow me to talk about the 3 fundamental ingredients of a savings strategy. One is discipline. Discipline. Not many people have discipline of saving before you spend. Most of us, we save, we spend, and then we save what remains, the choice. The other ingredient I want to talk about is the ingredient of consistency. You know, the small regular amounts that you set aside, and over time, it grows into large amounts. Consistency. They say consistency will always outperform even the most powerful of strategies or resolve. Consistency. Do I save every month? Do I save every week? Do I save every day? And I'm glad to report that actually I know members in WOMIN who every evening they submit a small portion of their day's earning to their savings. So that's the consistency ingredient. The last and the most powerful is time. The earlier you begin, the more it compounds. And that takes me to the next slide about the relationship on time and growth of your savings. I wish I learned this principle thoroughly well when I was young. If today you are saving 1,000, in the next 10 years, how much will that be? On my slide, it tells me that in the next 10 years, that money could have compounded to 564,000. 10 years, assuming that you do not withdraw your earnings from WOMIN at a return of 8.5, and I'm working with the average of what maybe we have earned in the last 2 years. What if you are going to keep this money for 30 years? Just 1,000, you could have contributed around 1.6 million, but your net worth will be 4.9, almost 5 million. That's the power of time and disciplined savings. Good people, I'm about to conclude, but I cannot conclude without discussing the critical strategies of savings. Like I said, one of the reasons that most people fail to save is because they do not have a clear saving strategy. For instance, they have no clear goal. And I want to invite you that please, before the end of today, if you have a goal, good for you. Pursue that goal. If you do not have a goal, please go and have your goal written down. For instance, I want by the end of this period to have saved X amount of money. Exercise discipline. You know, if for instance, you have made a commitment that I will be saving 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 at the end of every month, do you have the discipline of ensuring that you make that submission monthly? Do you have the discipline of letting go the gratifications of the moment for that long-term goal that you have created? Minimizing the level of flat tax. And for us, most of us Africans, one of the reasons why we are unable to have a Singapore experience is because of the many WhatsApp groups that we belong to or that we are invited to. And of course, every other time you feel the obligation of doing something about it. You had 5,000 shillings you intended to submit as your savings to WOMIN, but now there is somebody somewhere in the village who is preparing for a wedding and you are invited. And because you don't want to miss cake on that day, you are compelled to give 2,000 out of your 5,000 that was intended for saving to that WhatsApp group. Be consistent. Be consistent. I don't know how many of you have consistently saved from the time you joined WOMIN. No single month has gone without you making a contribution to your savings. And the last thing I want to talk about is ensure that you operate above the minimum. Currently, our minimum is around 1,600. What stops you from apportioning way more than that? What stops you from contributing 5,000, 10,000, so that your returns are much more compounded than if you operated on the minimum? Go to the ant, use sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. The surest way of becoming a failure is failing to save. And I want to invite all of us this morning to go to the ant so that we'll be wise in our ways. Thank you very much for listening, and I wish you a good savings culture, and please make a decision. WOMIN SACCO is the place, saving is the way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daktari. Thank you, Daktari, for that wonderful presentation. And from the speaker, we have heard about the saving culture, the savings as security, and also savings for loans and wealth. And he has given us a very good reflection from Proverbs chapter 6, verse 8, the story of the ant. The ant works hard on its own. He has no boss. He plans ahead. The ant takes food during good times to prepare for hard times. We need to be responsible, doing our work without anyone watching. We need to plan early. We need to use our time well today so that we are ready for tomorrow. I want to thank you very much, and I hope listeners, we have really understood, and this is why we value WOMIN SACCO, a future to believe in. From the introduction, I had informed you that we are live on YouTube. We also have a link for Facebook viewers, and we also encourage you to send your questions through the Facebook, through the links, so that our staff are there ready to answer. And we will have a question and answer session where we will have a few live sessions for question and answer. Thank you very much. And at this particular moment, I would like to welcome our next presenter, Madam Elizabeth, to present on savings opportunities. Savings opportunities. Thank you very much. As Madam Elizabeth comes, we remember our theme for today. Our theme for today. We need to continue saving, the triple benefits of saving. And WOMIN SACCO is the place to be.
Thank you, moderator. My name is Elizabeth Mushemi. I'm going to take you through the savings opportunities that we have at our SACCO. When we talk about savings opportunities for our SACCO, we are talking about FOSA deposits. We are also talking about FOSA deposits. And we're also talking about how you can grow your share capital. Our FOSA has so many opportunities. We have very many avenues that you can use for savings. We have several accounts that our members can open and benefit from them. I'll be taking you through the different types of accounts that we have in FOSA and also the benefits that we will accrue when you open these accounts. In FOSA, like we say, our FOSA is the bank for the SACCO. This is the banking arm for the SACCO. And this is where you can deposit and withdraw your money at ease. In FOSA, we have very many accounts. We have a prime account. This is the account that when each and every member joins as a member of the SACCO, you are supposed to open a prime account. This prime account, we use it when you request for a loan. We put the loan, we credit the loan in that prime account. When we declare our dividends and interest, we also credit the money in that account. Members, remember that this account can also be used as a correction account. We have our members who have businesses. We also have members who are getting rental income, who are in transport business. You can use this account to deposit your money there. And anytime we request you to get a bank statement, you can use this statement also to show your eligibility of paying your loan. So the prime account, much of it being a current account, you can use it as a correction account either for your business or maybe for the rental income. You can also tell your tenants to be paying you through that account. We have a fixed deposit account. The account has very attractive interest rates depending on the amount fixed and the period that you are fixing. So if you have some money, you can be able to fix with us. It's not a must you go to those MMFs. Actually, we are much competitive. So you can be able to open a fixed deposit account with us. And depending on the amount of money that you are fixing and the period, the interest rate differs. So when you are fixing the amount you are fixing with us, the interest rate will differ from various amounts that you are giving us. We are also considering the young people, especially the ones who are newly employed. FOSA has provided for them an opportunity for savings. We have a young investors account whereby we encourage them to start savings as little as they can, so that at the end, the accounts can help them in also instilling the culture of savings to them. We also have a junior account. We have provided an opportunity for the kids to save, the kids which are below 18 years of age. And immediately the kid attains the age of 18, that kid becomes automatically a member of the SACCO. So by the time the children reaches the age of 18, he or she will be able to know what savings is and also be able to utilize the accounts that you are having in the SACCO. We also have accounts for different occasions. We are preparing for Christmas, we are preparing for weddings, we are preparing for birthday parties, Valentine's. Omini SACCO has provided an avenue for these savings or occasions. You can save for a particular occasion. We have an account we call a celeb account, whereby you can just be saving, and when the time comes for that occasion, you can be able to withdraw your money. So it doesn't, like the other presenter said, it's not a must you wait for that time that you have a wedding or an occasion, you come for the money. You can start saving because you know you have Christmas at the end of the year. So you can start saving for Christmas as early from January. You know you have a birthday party maybe coming at October or September. You can start saving as early as January. So you can open a celeb account and start saving for different occasions and also for the unforeseen activities. In FOSA, we have corporate accounts and group accounts. For corporate accounts, these are for the institutions. Remember, we also enroll Catholic institutions to become members of our mini SACCO. We also have the group accounts. These are for the different groups in our Catholic Church, be it a CWA, a CMA, or a youth group. For these accounts, we encourage them to have two accounts. One is a non-withdrawable account. The non-withdrawable account is the one which you cannot come and withdraw money at will. We encourage these groups and institutions to save, and at the end of the year, these non-withdrawable savings, you will get also interest and dividends. We also have the group accounts. The accounts are two, even for the group and for the corporates, so such that you can operate a prime account as a corporate and a group, and also you can operate a non-withdrawable savings account as a group and also as a corporate. The difference is that the non-withdrawable savings, they earn interest and dividends at the end of the year, but the prime account is just like a current account where the group can just decide to deposit money and anytime they come for the money. So it's good to get the distinction of the two accounts in such a way that when the group is opening, they know the intention of the opening for the group. Like I said, we have the fixed deposits. The fixed deposits are open to individual members, even the institutions and the groups. You can open a fixed deposit account with us. We have done it a maximum amount you can fix it 1,000 with no maximum amount. The minimum amount is 1,000 with no maximum amount. The interest minimum crediting period is 3 months. And like I said, we have very attractive interest rates offered. The fixed deposit is also open for reinvestment, and it can be used to secure FOSA loans. Please remember, anytime you open a fixed deposit account, you will be issued with a fixed deposit certificate, and once we fix your money. So the document that you'll get after fixing your money, after opening a fixed deposit account and also fixing your money, it's a fixed deposit account certificate. This certificate shows the amount that you have fixed, the interest rate, and the maturity, the period that you have fixed for us the money. So we are still encouraging our members, please, you can open with us the fixed deposit. Our interest rates are very attractive, and you can be able to get more interest and also the savings for your accounts. In FOSA, we have different types of accounts. What happens when you save with us? When you save with us, we will access different types of loans. We have 𝑚jengo loan. This loan we have given up to a maximum of 5 million at a repayment period of 10 years. We also have salary advance. This specifically for members who are channeling their salary through FOSA. Remember, you can, as an institution, you can be able to channel your salary through FOSA. And the good thing with it is that we credit the money immediately we get the check. So you don't have, there is no waiting period, especially for the checks that we receive from the institutions that are our members. We also have our mini cash loan. This is a digital loan. You can access it through your phone. We also have a Macau Plus loan. A Macau Plus loan we give up to a maximum of 15 million, and we have given a very long repayment period of up to 15 years. We also have FOSA loans. Also, these loans are accessible to those members who are channeling their salary through FOSA, because we need also to know how the salaries have been coming through your account. Like I said, we have a corporate membership, and this corporate membership, when they join, they can be able to access corporate loans. For the corporate loans, we give 6 times their savings. Remember, the savings we give, we do the multiplier of 6 times are the non-withdrawable savings. So we do a multiplier of 6 times their savings, and then the repayment period for these corporate loans is up to 10 years. Then we have the groups and chamas, the ones I said, like the CMA, the CWAs. We do a multiplier of 5 times their non-withdrawable savings, and we give them a repayment period of 5 years. The SACCO has also introduced another type of loan, that is the KMRC loan, the mortgage loan, which we are giving up to a maximum of 10.5 million. So There are different types of loans that the FOSA offers, and also the different types of accounts that you can be able to open, save, and also get interest. In FOSA, we have mobile loans. Like I said, we have the Mini Cash. You can be able to access from 2 million to 2,000, to 40,000. We also have self-guaranteed loans of up to 200,000. These are loans that you can be able to access through your mobile phones. We also have the salary advance. You don't need to come and fill a form for the salary advance. You can always access it through your phone. Some of the milestones we have achieved in FOSA is like we have been able to partner with the parishes and the schools. We help the schools in acquiring or purchasing of buses. And remember, the logbooks for these buses become the security for the loan. We also have helped hospitals to purchase of ambulances. We also have done partnership with the construction of hospitals and also financing them to get money. This in case of the corporates and the group loans. Members, I think FOSA offers different avenues. And in conclusion, I would challenge each and every one of us, to you members, before the day ends, you can just log into your portal. I think it has become very easy for us to do deposits, for us even to pay loans. You can just log into your portal and be able to increase your deposits, to increase your FOSA savings, be it the share capital, be it the FOSA deposits, or be it the BOSA deposits. Thank you, and back to you, Mogdarik.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Elizabeth, for opening our eyes on savings opportunities. Our speaker has told us about the FOSA loans. We have the Mjengo loans, salary advance, Macau Plus loans, group loans, and corporate membership loans. And here, we are welcome to come and patronize this product so that we continue growing together as one family. As we continue celebrating the Feast of Assumption, when we talk about Assumption, we think about freedom from fear. Let's look at our first benefit, how savings create an emergency buffer so we can live with peace, not anxiety. We need to continue saving wisely. We need to continue patronizing these products. We need to continue behaving like an ant that plans early, so that we use our time well today, so that we are ready to face our tomorrow. Asante sana, Madam Elizabeth. At this particular moment, I'd like to welcome Madam Judith to give us insights on savings channels of Waumini SACCO. Savings channels of Waumini SACCO. Karibu sana, Judith. Savings channels on loans. Savings channels on loans. Karibu sana.
Good morning, members. Thank you, moderator. My name is Judith Achieng, and I will be taking you through savings for loans. Why savings are important for loan uptake? A strong savings supports great borrowing capacity by increasing loan eligibility. The more you save, the more loan limit increases. Secondly, it strengthens ability to guarantee others. The more your savings, you're able to guarantee yourself and also to guarantee others. It also helps you to prepare for future financial needs. Waumini SACCO The SACCO helps you to prepare for your future financial needs by providing the following products. These are products that are offered at the back office. That is development loan, top-up loan, restructuring loan, which are long-term in nature. and they are repayable within 72 to 84 months. We also have a self-guaranteed loan, which is repayable within 60 months, and short-term loans, that is school fees, emergency, and Mazao loans, which are payable within 6 to 12 months. I will give a highlight of some of the products that we offer. One of the products is development loan. It's a long-term loan that will help a member to develop projects. You could take development loan to buy Fahari plots. You could also take development loan to develop property that you have and other projects that you want to pursue. Currently, the SACCO offers 2 development loans at the same time. The features are, for this loan, the member must have saved consistently for 6 months, and the maximum entitlement is 4 times members' deposit at an interest rate of 1% on reducing balance per month, and a repayment period of 72 months. The next product is self-guaranteed loan. This is a loan that is secured with own deposits. A member can access 95% of their deposits. That is if they have not guaranteed any other loan. And at an interest rate of 1% per month on reducing balance, and repayment period within 60 months. For self-guaranteed loans, we have the mobile loans, as it was mentioned by the other presenter, which is a maximum of 200,000. For members who want more than the 200,000, they'll be required to submit physical loan application. And also for members who have more than one self-guaranteed loan, they'll also be required to submit the physical loan application. The other product is restructuring loan. This is a facility to assist members combine several running loans into one without incurring bridging levy. This facility has been offered to members to help members to plan on their finances, especially if member has more than one loan and the repayment amount is huge. It will help the member to reduce their monthly loan installment, thereby improving their cash flow. The maximum entitlement is 4 times deposits at an interest rate of 1.083%, reducing balance, and an extended period of 84 months. We also offer Mazao loan, which we are due to release towards the end of this month. And Mazao loan, member is eligible if the member has earned rebates for the previous year. And currently we are giving at a rate of 75% net rebates of the previous year. At an interest rate of 10%, that is one-off approved amount payable upfront. The loan can be repaid on monthly basis or be recovered from declared rebates. What are the qualifications? A member can qualify for Mazao loan if their dividend for the last year, previous year, was above 3,000 shillings. All the existing loans must be performing. No recovery of any form on the member's deposit took place during the year. Members' biodata must be up to date. That is the date of birth, specimen photo, and signature. Both FOSA and BOSA accounts must be active. What are the qualification requirements for a member when we are processing the loans? A member must have saved for 6 months consistently. That is, the account must be active. And also, when we are processing the loans, the member is required to provide the last recent payslip, certified payslip, and the last 6 months certified bank statement for those members who are not working under the units, who are not remitting their payrolls through the SACCO. And then the member must also provide securities for the loan. What are the acceptable securities that we accept as a SACCO? One is the own deposits, that is your savings, and guarantors. We also accept registered land and or buildings with title deeds or lease agreements. The SACCO also accepts motor vehicle with logbooks. Vehicle has to be within 8 years of manufacture for it to be used as security. That's all for now. Thank you, members. I take it back to the moderator.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Judith. Thank you very much for enlightening us on savings for loans. She said that when we save, we support greater borrowing capacity by increasing loan eligibility. When you continue saving, you are able to borrow more. She also highlighted the loans that are taken through FOSA, that is the development loan, the self-guaranteed loan, emergency loans. Something comes up, you can take a loan quickly on your mobile phone. We also have school fees loan. Schools are almost opening. You can secure a loan so that you take your child to school comfortably without stress. We also have Mazao loan that will be ready before the end of this month. Before the end of this month, Mazao loan is there. What is Mazao loan? This is taking a loan using your dividends. The dividends that we're going to share next year, you can take a loan through that. I hope that now helps us to know where you can get finances. We also have the mobile phone, the mobile loan that is called WOW Cash. It has got also a maximum of 40K. When you continue borrowing consistently, you can also get that loan on your mobile phone so that we are not struggling to take mobile loans from other service providers that are offering loans with higher interests. Up to there, we want to thank you very much, Madam Judith, and thank you, our viewers. As we had said earlier, you continue dropping in your question and answers, your questions, so that we have our staff ready to answer your questions. We are live on YouTube. We also have a link for Facebook viewers. We also encourage you to continue sending your question. We will have few live sessions at the end of this session. At this particular moment, I'd like to welcome Eliud Busolo, who will give us savings channels, who is going to highlight on savings channels. Karibu sana, Busolo.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. Good morning, members from wherever you are. Welcome to this final presentation. I'll be taking it through. The savings channels. I have seen several questions. I can see a question from Josephine. I can see Erasina. They're asking on how to save. Others are asking on how to access their savings. And being a representative from the IT department, I'll be showcasing a few solutions that we have extended to you members to just enable you to access your statements and savings anytime as per the questions that I've seen on the chat. Thank you very much, members. I can see you're very attentive and following the session. We have various savings channels. We have enabled members to be able to save at their convenience without really tying them to one particular solution or maybe availability or unavailability of a particular solution. Another one must come in to help you. As listed here, you can see you have the USSD. Our USSD is *346#. I'll be elaborating later on each of these. We also have our mini SACCO app on both iOS and Android. We also have the pay bill 700-100. That's our main pay bill number. There is the internet banking portal accessed from our website. We have the standing order. We have payroll and checkoff for those who are working in Catholic-sponsored institutions. We also have payroll. We have banking partnerships. Currently, we have 2 banks. The other ones listed there, we shall be working on them to just ensure that we cover all the members in different institutions in different banks. And then we have the mini custom tails that I'll be showcasing. The *346#. We are focusing on the deposits. When you select option number 3, it will list for you the various accounts you can deposit in at the SACCO. From the screenshot on your right, you can see we have deposit contribution, we have share capital, we have benevolent fund, and we also have the prime account. The bracket shows your total savings balance, because some of you are asking how can I tell my account balances. Once you even attempt making a deposit, you'll just see those balances. Once you select a product that you want to deposit, say you want to do a share capital contribution, the system should be able, you will be prompted to enter the amount you want to save, and then the PIN, and you'll get a push notification from M-Pesa that you're requiring for your M-Pesa PIN. Once you enter that, you'll have deposited. Looking at the mini SACCO app, if you go to Play Store, if you have Android or iOS, you can go to App Store for those with iOS. When you search our mini SACCO app, you should be able to see our app. Currently, we have tightened our security controls around the app just to make sure that members' accounts are secure, and we have prohibited the app running on phones that have been rooted and phones that have developer options enabled. A rooted phone is a phone that has changed their original firmware from the manufacturer of the phone. Say you're using Infinix and the firmware running on it is from Samsung. You may find a challenge that that phone may not allow. We may not allow our mini SACCO app to run on that phone. So I'm encouraging that we buy phones that are original from the manufacturer to just ensure that our accounts are safe. Developer options. These are options. These are functionality on our Android phones that enable your phone to do exceedingly what a normal user can do. When you enable developer options, you have allowed your phone to enter into a developer mode where you can create your own programs. A person from outside can actually access your mobile phone or even control your phone remotely. So we have disabled the app from running running on those 2 devices. If you encounter a challenge on turning on the developer options, you can visit us at our offices, or you can call in. Then we can help you to turn off the developer options. I'll really encourage that we use our phones in the safe mode when they are in the safest of the mode, to ensure that your accounts are not compromised. So once you download if you have the app, you just enter the PIN. But if you are downloading for the first time, there are a few stages that you'll be taken through for you to start using the app. When you install the app, there are always prompts to allow the app to interact with your phone. Kindly allow those interactions, so that you are not required to even pick the OTP that is normally sent for the first time users. You don't need to type it actually. If you allow the phone to pick the SMS itself, the code will be picked automatically. Now we are looking at how to deposit. There are 2 options. If you want to deposit on one particular account, or you want to deposit on several accounts. For several accounts, you have the one-to-many option. But if you are depositing in just one account, there's an option for account deposit. For account deposits, here you'll only see the savings account. That's the deposit, share capital, the benevolent, or even your prime account, which is your FOSA account. And in this case, the current account where you can deposit and withdraw at any time. I saw one of you had asked that question. So once you enter the amount, once you select a destination account you want to deposit to, enter the amount, and then when you press continue, the phone will ask you for the app PIN, and then from there the M-Pesa PIN. Then when you submit, the transaction will be successful. You'll get messages from Waumini and from M-Pesa indicating that you've made a successful deposit. When you get an SMS from M-Pesa and Waumini has not sent an SMS, there's a high likelihood that the transaction did not post, and it will be posted later on or after some time when the system is available. So kindly bear with us. Even if you do a transaction on Saturdays or Sundays and then you don't get that SMS, when you get to the office on Mondays, we normally do those postings for you. For one-to-many, I want to insist that you can make payments on your loans, also deposit on your share capital or deposit in one transaction. You can deposit to a total of around 250 to various transactions in just one transaction. You just have to keep changing whether if you want to deposit to specific accounts. There's a toggle on the app where you have to shuffle between apps and the loans and the savings account. We have a box there against each loan or against each account. When you tick that particular box, it allows you to enter the amount. Once you finish, add another one. You can change to the loans toggle. Input the amount, pick the loan, input the amount. When you submit, the system automatically adds a transaction fee of 20 bob. That's the fee that we normally charge for us to be able to commit that particular transaction. We are looking at the pay bill. These are people who have feature phones who may not be able to install the app, or they don't even want to undergo the airtime bit of maybe using the USSD. You go to M-Pesa Direct, you input your pay bill number as 700-100. This comes with an extra request that you have to remember the codes for a particular account. For instance, I think for deposits, we have D, which stands for deposit account. So once you enter the 700-100 as the pay bill number, account number, you have to put whether it's your member number 0000D, ensure that there are 6 digits. Your member number is preceded by a 0. So if you have a 4-digit member number, ensure that you indicate 2 more zeros in front of it so that there are 6 digits. So D for deposits, S for share capital. As I'll be sharing in a subsequent slide, we have a list of these codes on our website. You can always visit there so that you are certain about which particular product you are paying. So once you enter that account number, you follow through the prompts for the PIN and what have you. Then once it's submitted, you'll get SMSs from M-Pesa as well as Waumini for a successful deposit. This is a list of our various pay bill keywords or codes. I'll really encourage that you don't really need to memorize this. You can save it in your various devices, or you can always visit our website when you want to make a repayment. There's been a confusion on the self-guarantee repayment. Some of us we end up failing to pay our loans just because we don't know how to make these payments. Kindly visit our website. We have ensured that we have given enough information for you to make payments. You also have an option of the portal. You also have an option of the app where you don't have to remember anything. Just go there and click and make a payment. So these codes are available on our website and on our socials. Create time to go and make sure you understand what you are doing at every point when you're making a deposit. We are looking at the portal now. Several of you are asking how to get a statement. How do you follow up your savings? How do you know your savings are growing? And that's why we have the internet banking portal. We have made the internet banking portal as more interactive as possible. You are able to initiate a transaction on your own. You are able to process a transaction, make a transfer, deposit, and what have you. when you visit our website, that's www.oursacco.com, there's a section for portals. When you click on the portal section, you select the members portal. If you have signed up, you just have to sign in, where you have to enter your 6-digit member number plus the password. We normally send an OTP every time so that you can verify that it's you who is logging in and not a robot or a hacker logging in on your behalf, because this is your account and it can do transactions. So every time, make sure you can check for the OTP either on your email or on your registered phone number. If you are a first timer, you need to sign up. For the sign up, I've always in our previous webinars, we were taking you through how to sign up on the portal. But in brief, I'll just encourage that I'll remind you, when you want to sign up, just go select the identification document, whether it's a passport or an ID. You type the ID completely as we have it in the system. You enter a password that you'll remember. First, you enter the member number, then a password that you can remember. We have to confirm that password. Then you click to accept the terms and conditions of the portal. When you submit, a verification code will be sent to your email or even your phone to just confirm that it's you who is signing up. Once you enter that, you'll be signed up. Then you can come back to the login page. Now, making deposits, you go to the general menu. You look at there's an M-Pesa menu there. Once you click on the M-Pesa menu, you'll be direct to a page where you have to create a new transaction. Once you click on that, the system will allow you to pick whether you want to make a loan payment or you want to do a saving on your savings account. If you select loans, your loans will be listed. If you select savings, your possible savings account will be also listed. Pick one, enter the amount, and submit. This is instant. Once you do that, an M-Pesa pop-up comes for you to enter your PIN. Your transaction will be complete. You'll get notifications from us and from M-Pesa instantly. We have entered into a partnership with banks, as I had mentioned earlier. We are currently working with 2 banks, that's Cooperative and Equity. So here I'm looking at Cooperative Bank. When you go to your phone, there's that SIM toolkit specifically for M-Pesa, or you can still use the M-Pesa app. When you go to the Lipa and M-Pesa option, you select the pay bill. Remember, you don't confuse between our pay bill and the Coop Bank pay bill. If you choose to deposit with Coop Bank, their pay bill is 400, 200. Then for the account number, because Coop Bank has entered into contract with several SACCOs, we also have our ID at the bank. So our identity at the bank is 9170. Every time you are using Coop Bank's pay bill, that's 400, 200, ensure that your account number is preceded by 9170. After you put 9170, your member number comes next. I've put the excess as the placeholder, then the D as the destination account, that's for deposits, and then the SEL as the destination account, which is the self-guarantee. So replace the excess with your member number. If it is 011111, then D, it will go to your specific account. You'll get 3 notifications from Coop Bank, M-Pesa, and also our Mini will consent that transaction. After you enter that, enter the amount, PIN, and then confirm that transaction. I'll put there a reminder that the 6 excess is your 6-digit member number. Or if you can't remember your member number, you can still use your 8-digit ID number. That account will still identify your account and post instantly. I encourage that we try to patronize all these platforms, because at the end of the day, we are driving at making you make your loan payments on time, and also make deposits anytime, anywhere as you wish. This one can be done even with our diaspora team. You can always use this platform at your ease. For the equity, there are several options you can make deposits. I've focused on 2, mainly the the Equity app, Equity Bank app, and the and online. I think if you are able to, you are on the online banking solution for Equity, you can still do the same. When you on the Equity Bank app, you select the Pay with Equity and pick the Pay a Bill option. You enter the pay bill number 700-100. For Equity, when you are using the app and online, you don't need to input their 247 pay bill. You just identify Waumini with your 700-100, with our 700-100 pay bill. You enter your account as a member number with that destination account. If you can remember the screen that I was showing earlier, showing the several keywords, the D stands for deposit, DL stands for development loan, and so on and so forth. Once you enter that account number, you enter the amount, PIN, and then you confirm that particular transaction. That money will come direct to your specified account. You will get notifications from Waumini, from Equity Bank, and M-Pesa. This one is from Waumini and Equity Bank because money is in the account at Equity Bank. And then we have the option to use the 247 pay bill. This one, if you go to SIM Toolkit or the M-Pesa, or even you dial the 334 option, you go to Lipa and M-Pesa, select pay bill, you enter the Equity pay bill 247. Here you also have to remember to put a special destination account, whereby you have to input our 700-100 pay bill, followed by a hash, then your member number and your destination account, D for deposits, SEL in this case for self-guarantee loan, WAU for WOW cash, and so on. You enter the amount, PIN, and confirm the transaction. I still insist the XXXX in this case is your 6-digit member number or your ID. We have these other options, as I had said earlier. There were many custom tills. We got a concern from our customers that our account numbers were longer. So we looked at an option where we can truncate, not even truncate, we can just shrink or convert your member number into a shorter 5-digit account for ease of remembrance and use. This one for people who have shops or churches, schools, and you don't want your clients to go in typing the whole 950 something 01 as your account number. We can create a till for you, a 5-digit till where you can easily display for your customers to use. This one, you need to visit our FOSA or banking halls. They have a form, till request forms. Once you fill, before you leave, you'll leave with a till that every time a deposit is made, it hits your account directly. For members working in Catholic-sponsored institutions, we have payrolls and checkoff deductions, which your employer can deduct and submit on your behalf. You don't need to go through the hassle of getting the salary and doing the transfers. Let your employer deduct and send to us, where we can also post. We can also do standing orders. There are members who save in their current account at Waumini. You can do an internal standing order that every month you make a deposit. That money is transferred to a specific account or to make loan payments instantly as you wish. Can also do external standing orders. You can maybe have an account at Equity, KCB. You can ask them kindly every 5th of the month, every 30th of the month, transfer 100,000 from my account to Waumini. Then that one will be done. Once we get that money in our accounts, we shall post on your account accordingly. Thank you very much. I think this is just a distribution of branches across the country. So you can always find this also on our website and our socials for you to identify where you can easily reach us if you physically need to visit our offices. that has been my time, and I think I'll be waiting if you have any concerns or questions that we can handle at the Q&A section. Thank you, moderator. I return back to you the session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Busolo, for sharing with us on savings channels. People ask, how do I save? How do I access the savings? And he has taken us through all that. He has given us a number of codes, but he has also reminded us all these codes are on the app, on the portal. We can also find on the app. The codes are available on the website, so you shouldn't worry. And we also have a vibrant system that enables us to make transactions at our comfort. So nobody should get worried on how am I going to repay my loan? How am I going to put my deposits? And he has also told us in case of any problem, you are always welcome to visit our offices. As he has said, our main office is in Nairobi at Adams Arcade at Applewood, second floor. We also have another office in Nairobi at Westlands, Waumini House, ground floor. We are also found at Kisumu, Sifa House, ground floor. We are also found in Nakuru, Assumption Center, ground floor. We are also in Kisii. We are also in Kisii at Waumini Plaza, second floor. We also have a license office in Mombasa at Holy Ghost Cathedral, and another one in Meru at Union Square, ground floor. We can also deposit our money, our deposits, prepay our loans through our partners. We have partnered with Equity Bank and Cooperative Bank. Our members, our listeners, our viewers, please take note of this information. And in case of anything, our lines are open. You can call the office at any time. Remember, our theme today was the triple benefits of savings, the triple benefits of savings. As we come to the tail end of our program today, we would like to welcome question and answer session. And this session, I'd like to welcome our brother Wilson to take us through. Our brother Wilson to take us through. Karibu sana.
Good morning. Yeah, true. We are coming to the tail end of our meeting and the learning session today. And we have learned a lot on our saving and how to improve ourselves. So at this moment is a question and answer, and we want to listen to you. I'll request that you raise up your hand. I'll request that you raise up your hand if you have any questions, so that we unmute you. You speak to us. We hear from you. And I can see there is the first person who have raised the hand. There is Ronald Nyamari had raised his hand. He dropped the hand. Yeah, right now it's Japheth who have raised his hand. I'll request that he is unmuted. We listen the question. Kindly unmute, Japheth.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I want to confirm that the issue of WhatsApp groups is really a major problem to our saving cultures. One of the presenters said. But my major concern, which I think is a great impediment to saving culture, is the issue of defaulting loans. Because every time one, particularly me, I think I'm accumulating some savings, something just comes up and that saving is reduced through defaulting loans. Like now, I think I have seen a notice of about 235,000, which is, if not paid in the next 2 weeks, then that will be deducted from my share. So it becomes really, really a big challenge. So my question is, what are the most sustainable strategies that our OUR SACCO is taking to ensure that at least the depositors' money is protected from defaulting borrowers? Thank you.
Thank you, Japheth, for asking the strategies that Waumini Sacco is taking to ensure that the savings are protected. We'll get answer of that. I'll request that we unmute Leonard Nyamari. Leonard, you are unmuted. You can go ahead. Leonard, you can unmute yourself.
Good morning. Thank you for what you've taken us through. I'm very happy. I had lowered my hand because a few of my questions had been answered, especially on how to access the account, because I've not accessed it for a very long time. I was not able to deposit anything. I was trying to go through it, but still I'm having a challenge. Because I don't remember that number, but you told me to use the ID number. The question now is, my app in my phone is not working, but I heard you say that maybe my phone might be the problem. So how can I then do it right? Because I really need to access my account.
Thank you, Leonard. We will get to answer that. And together with that, there's another question that there's another question that have been asked by Nancy Nyokabi, who had asked how long it takes before one can access a loan, and how long it takes after reactivating your account for you to access the loan. That question, and also a question that have been asked by Wekesa on the minimum required saving per month. We'll tackle those questions, and I will ask our FOSA manager to tackle those two questions now. Okay. Thank you for that. As we check on that, maybe CEO can also handle the minimum required saving per month. He can go.
Go. Thank you. Yeah, the minimum savings per month per member is 1,600. And what's the composition of that? One, for the deposit that's non-withdrawable, a member is expected to contribute 1,000. Then there is 100 shillings that goes towards financing the premium. Then the 500 shillings that goes towards the investing in your share capital. Now, the share capital, of course, the minimum one must have is at least 15,000 shillings worth of shares. So per month, if you will not reach the minimum, that's the 15, then you will be expected to contribute 1,600. But in case you reached your minimum and that's what you want to save, I mean, those are the shares that you want to purchase with the SACCO, then you will be contributing 1,100. So that 1,000 goes towards your monthly savings, and then 100 goes towards the premium. Now, prior to this question, there was a question regarding how somebody can acquire Fahari. What I can say is that we had original 78 plots in Fahari, that 9 have already been booked, 25 already paid for fully. We are now processing the titles. 14 are remaining to be taken. These are 50 by 100 plots. And in terms of the cost, for members, we are charging 800,000 shillings. For non-members, we are charging 900. How do you finance this? You can finance this through direct deposits. That means by bringing money to your prime account at the FOSA. Alternatively, you can also finance by taking a loan, and the loan will be secured fully at cost. That's 800,000 shillings. So that's how you can finance that. And we encourage more members to come forth so that they can be able to take this product, because at the end of the day, they are remaining only 14. And 14, if you divide with the number of members that we're having, then that's not sufficient. Then there was something that I've been seeing on social media to do the benevolent cover. So I want to just tackle that, then I can go to the next item. The SACCO has entered into an agreement with the CIC, which covers now the deposits as well as the loan. The contributions, in terms of premiums, every member contributes 100 shillings per month. That means 1,000, it translates to 1,200 per year. That caters for the premiums that we use to finance this cover. What are the benefits? The benefits includes 200% deposit refund, 160,000 shillings as the last expense, and then full settlement of your loan that was outstanding by during the demise of the member. So we encourage members to be consistent. For your next of kin to benefit out of this, we must be consistent in terms of ensuring that both your products are active. Of course, at the time the Lord says that we must move to the next level. So those are the 3 items that I needed to cover. Back to you, moderator.
Thank you, CEO, for covering those questions. And you have indicated it's only 14 plots that are remaining. So our members, you can hurry up and ensure that you do not miss out. Now, I'll request our credit manager to answer Nancy, who is asking, after how long can one access a loan product after joining? And in case your account is dormant, after how long can you be able to access loan after activating the account? Karibu.
Yes, Nancy. I'll answer the question, how long does it take to acquire a loan? For a new member, a member must have saved for 6 months consistently. The account has to be active. So once the member has met the minimum period, then they are eligible for a loan. The other question is, how long will it take if a dormant account has been activated for a member to access a loan? If account is dormant, the member is required to save for 6 months consistently for that member to access a loan. I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, that's perfectly well, that you need to have saved for 6 months for you to access a loan. And even after deactivating your account, if it was a dormant account. I'll go to Busolo to help Leonard, but he's unable to access the app. He wants to be assisted. Maybe you can share the procedure that he should follow, and maybe how he can be able to contact you in case he runs into difficulties. Busolo.
Thank you very much, moderator. Ronald, I think there could be a challenge around an issue relating to maybe allowing the app to interact with your phone. Say maybe your phone is unable to pick the special OTP for the first time login. So I'll advise that you uninstall the app and install again while allowing the app to interact with your phone accordingly. Then number two, if you are unable, you can you can always send that particular error via our email. There's an email for ICT@oursacco.com. You can always send that particular error there. We shall be able to handle. But still, if you call our mini SACCO line, they will be able to direct you to us so that we can guide you through. But I would really advise that you try start by uninstalling the app and installing it again. Then allow your phone to go through allow the app to interact with your phone. It saves you some trouble of maybe having to type the code, because sometimes it may be a little bit complicated. So if you are unable to do that, you can always email us at ICT@oursacco. Then we shall sort you out, or you can still use the info@oursacco from any source. You can still get back to you. Remember to indicate your ID or your member number so that you can pick your contacts and talk to you. I've seen a concern about charges on the 20 charges on deposits. This is some of the services that we have partnered with other providers for us to be able to pick your or to enable you to save when needed. These are charges that we are still in consultation with the various players so that we see whether we can bring it down for members. But it has been there for the longest time, so I'll advise that if it's a concern, then you can use the other options of the banks that we have provided to address such concerns. Thank you, moderator. I think I've been able to address that as well.
Thank you, Busoro, for addressing that. I can see so many of us have raised their hands. I'll request that we continue also to type our question in the chat, so that as we continue, because they are being answered. I'll pick the next three. I'll request Lucian to unmute and speak. Leonard, you can lower your hand. You have already asked. Lucian, unmute and ask your question. Lucian, are you there? Or we go to Malak Joyfrey? Yes, Lucian, go ahead. Okay, you are mute. Maybe Malak Joyfrey, you can go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Now I have a question here concerning top up. When you want to top up a loan, maybe let's say for instance you had taken a loan, then after looking at your deposits, maybe you can borrow by topping up. Do you need guarantors again?
Yes, that one I can say you need guarantors for top up.
Again.
Yes.
Okay. And from these guarantors, that means you are required to follow the same process that you followed when you were borrowing the first time.
Definitely, yes, Lucian.
Okay.
Thank you, Lucian.
The second question is concerning how you deal with these CRB issues. Like for example, you find someone has borrowed a certain amount, then it is approved, but upon accessing, you are told that you have to pay, you have to clear with the CRB, and it has been approved. Can you kindly assist us on how we can handle the issue before we borrow, so that we know that we are supposed to clear here and here, so that when we borrow, purposely we know we are borrowing this money to help us in some developments, not clearing with CRB. Kindly assist.
Thank you. That will be addressed. We go to the next person, Malak. Geoffrey.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, thank you for this interactive session. It is really helpful to us as members. Although I have a concern, one, it goes to those members who maybe in one way or another, they are not able to make the monthly deposit, but maybe those members who are able to do the capital share. So when it comes to dividends, I think for last year, those members were affected. The members who are active, but they are only able, they're active based on the share capital. So they were not able to get their dividends. Their dividends were posted not on the prime account, but on the deposit account. From my side, I feel that that's an unfair practice, because you can find maybe these members accumulated, let's say 1 million, yeah? That's a share capital that this member is not able to withdraw back that money. But this member is, by that time, it feels that maybe in one way or another, it will just come back and do the deposit. So when the dividends were out, the deposits were posted on the deposit instead of the prime capital. So I think that's a policy issue we need to revisit, because this member maybe can have good dividends, that this member maybe they need that dividends to use it to support himself or herself. And in this case, that member will be disadvantaged by the SACCO holding that money. The second question, or something I also want your team to highlight on, is on the lotto tanks. So can somebody take a minute to elaborate on the same? Because from far, I think it's a good product. Thank you.
Thank you, Malak, for bringing those two questions. And it's good that you have noted that one is a policy issue, and policies are the ones that govern and lead our mini SACCO. And then the other one is of issues to do with the product, the tanks. That one will get an answer regarding also that. Then for this session, I pick the last one, that is Elizabeth, before we go to CEO to help us answer these questions. Elizabeth, you have raised your hand, unmute.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Elizabeth.
Yeah, my question is, if I get a loan, then when I want to withdraw the amount I asked for the loan, I'm not supposed to get the amount I want. So I don't know the policy which or what I'm supposed to do, because if I need, for example, 30,000, and then I'm not able to get the 30,000, then I think it is not fair to me. So I also need to know what I'm also supposed to do about that. And then the next question is, if we can have the holiday savings. I don't know if we have the holiday savings. Thank you.
You mean holiday saving account?
Yeah, holiday savings account, whereby you save, maybe you start saving from January and then you get your money by December, or whichever holiday you want. Maybe you want to go somewhere, you can decide to save, and then you get your money with that specific amount. That is, maybe it is fixed. If I save, I can only withdraw when it matures.
Thank you. Thank you. Your question is very clear, that a holiday account, and we were taught that we have an account that we call Celeb account, that where we can be saving for a specific event like holiday. And then when the time comes, now we are able to enjoy our saving on the same. Thank you, Elizabeth. And we'll first tackle those questions that have been asked. And I will request that CEO to go ahead and tackle those questions.
I will start with Geoffrey. Geoffrey, when you look at the SACCO movement, it's about like a merry-go-round where you put in money, and this money assists to lend other members. Now, the primary saving account of the SACCO is the non-withdrawable account where you deposit your money on monthly basis so that you can be able to access other products. Now, if you're not participating in the primary savings account, and then you are participating only in the secondary account, then per se, you are not a member in good standing. So what we are saying is that if you choose to participate in the secondary saving account, this includes the investments in the fixed deposit, the share capital, and others. This, in a way, is going to disadvantage you because we are here to grow one another by having money in the primary account. And that's the reason why when you go to your dividends, we are able to have that money go to the primary account. So we encourage members, of course, to know the tenets and the principles of a SACCO so that you can be able, of course, you start with the primary savings account before you can go to the next one. In terms of accessing the lotto, we shall be sending an SMS in terms of the pricing so that you can be able to see the pricing per the size of tanks that lotto is offering. So we cannot go into details into the pricing at this moment, but we shall be able to do an SMS next week to enable all members access what charges are available in terms of the water tanks. The other issues to do with the Japheth, who of course asked about what the SACCO is doing to protect members from losing their deposit. This is a very tricky issue. And remember, during the presentation by Dr. Kari, he was very clear, members must make choices. How do you make choices? You also make choices by knowing the people that you are guaranteeing. But then how do you become independent so that you don't get bogged down with the issues of guarantorship? One, look for your collateral. Like what you are now offering in Sahari, this one are allowing you to use the cost so that in future, as the land value goes up, you can be able to use it to secure your loans. But if you've got other lands other than, if you've got other lands in the family other than yours, those family members can also be used to endorse those collateral to the SACCO so that we can be able to use them as a collateral. So we are open to using other collateral other than guarantors. And if you are guaranteeing any other member, kindly be able to know the people you are guaranteeing. And of course, when you are guaranteeing, don't give an open check. Be absolute. Give the amount that you know. If ABC, if something happened in this with the person that I'm guaranteeing, I'm ready to lose this amount. Because at the end of the day, you are guaranteeing so that you can enable this member. And remember, when you're giving that guarantee, what you are saying is that in case of any other eventuality, I'm ready to lose that money. But we don't, of course, encourage members to pay their loans consistently. At the end of the day, as you take a loan, you know the purpose why you're taking the loan so that you can be able also, others can also use your money to take loans, benefit from what you also benefited from. About FOSA withdrawal, Elizabeth, I think we will not deny, we cannot be able to deny a member to withdraw the money they desire to withdraw, unless there's something wrong. There's something wrong with the balances that are there. Because if you want 30 and you've got balances above 30, surely you'll get the 30,000 units that you're looking for. So if there's something that you experienced that you think we could be able to handle on a personal level, kindly contact the officers that we check on your account. We see why you are not able to access the funds that you wanted to withdraw when you are doing that transaction. Back to you, moderator. I think those were the issues that I've seen.
Thank you so much, CEO. One question remains unanswered, which I'll request our credit manager to address, the one on CRB, before we go to the last round of questions. Yeah, the one that was asked by Lucian.
Okay. Lucian, for CRB, we usually check the CRB report and we communicate to the members before the loan is disbursed. So in your case, if you got the message after the loan had been approved, we are going to look into that case and then we will come back to you.
Thank you for addressing that. We go to the last round of questions. Yeah, I can see someone already indicating this Orifa that they need a water tank. I'll ask Anne-Kay to unmute and ask the question. Anne-Kay, go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. I wanted to find out if you, by the time a member is asking for a loan using a security, maybe a car, it is something that is massive. So I had inquired from a woman and I was very shocked actually to hear that for me to get a loan using my logbook, I had to wait 2 months. So I was wondering why wait for 2 months if even with eCitizen, it is something you just log in and you do the search and you get the answer immediately. So I think that is taking too much time. And then I also wanted to find out from you, if a member is servicing their loan and this is a business person, maybe there is delay in paying the remittance, they have not defaulted for the month, it is only that they have delayed paying. For 1 month only, you are already indicating the account as substandard. I think that is judging your members very harshly. Maybe you need to wait for somebody to actually default for a month so you can label the account as substandard. I don't know. Maybe you could explain that. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne, for asking those 2 questions. They will be addressed. I'll request Misiko to go ahead and unmute. You had raised your hand, Misiko Luanga.
Thank you very much. I hope I'm being heard clearly. One of my questions was touched by the ICT person, but I want to be very clear here. I'm a business person, small one, and recently I opened an account. I joined you as a member, and my prime objective was, just like Dr. Okari said, each day I put something, and I'll not hide, I wanted to put about 1,000 in each of the 3 accounts. But the prohibitive factor is those 20 bob you've just brushed aside and said it is a policy issue, it has been there for a long time. That is when I stopped, because if you see in my conversation on the charts, a simple calculation of 3 accounts comes to about 14,000 in a year. I'm not sure that you can pay me that amount of interest. Now, can you guide me what to do?
Thank you. That will be, we'll get clear information on that from the CEO. We go to Japhet Baya. Unmute and ask your question. Japhet, are you there? Unmute and ask the question.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, my name is Japhet Bayer. I have two SACCOs, and I work to the office in Upper Hill. I just to ask when you guys you can take my deposit from the other SACCO to remain with the one SACCO, and that is your meaning.
Thank you, Jaffer. You want the procedure of transferring your deposit from another SACCO to Waumini SACCO? You'll be given that instruction, and I'm sure that we'll also be able to reach you. The last one here is P Cow. Go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon to all of you. My concern is on the capital share. I would want to learn more about the capital share. If I'm a member and I've deposited up to the bare minimum of 15,000, number one, can I be able to increase it to a higher level? Number two, on the capital share, can I be able to use that capital share to get a loan? Number three, how much does that capital share earn me at the end of the year? Thank you.
Thank you, Pikau, for requesting clarification on the issue of capital share. At this time, I'll request CEO to come in and tackle the questions that have been brought about. Thank you.
I'll start with 𝑘. Now, with the logbook, you should be able to access a loan as soon as possible. I don't think it takes 2 months. So kindly talk to the credit manager, send an email to info. The credit manager will pick up that matter so that we can be able to assist you in terms of you getting that loan. In terms of your status about you delayed for 1 month, then you went to substandard. That should not be the case. That should have gone to watch. Nevertheless, we should be able to check what is real on the ground. Is it 1 month or 2 months? So that's something that we can pick. I think the best is that do an email to info so that we can be able to pick up that matter and be able to sort you in terms of the logbook, and also to clarify the status to ensure that the status was correct as has been put. Now, Misiko, this one depends with the channel that you're using in terms of the transaction. When the ICT manager was explaining, he gave various options that you can use so that you can comfortably use in transferring your funds. If you chose the 700, 100, definitely you're going to be charged the 20 shillings. If you choose the current, if you saw an SMS that is shared on Thursday about how you can use the cooperative bank in terms of doing your transactions, you'll only be charged the M-Pesa charges, but you will not lose the 20 shillings. Your 1,000 shillings will come in intact. So I think what we will do is that we shall be able to send that SMS again on Monday so that members can be able to use the integration that we are having, the system integration that we're having between the SACCO and the cooperative bank, which does not reduce your savings by that 20 shillings. So it is just a matter of you making the right choice in terms of the channel you're using to do the deposit. Buyer, transferring shares, your deposit from another SACCO is allowed. What is important, in case you want to access a facility immediately from this site, what we shall need is that we will need a statement from that other SACCO accompanying the check of your savings in that other SACCO direct to Waumini SACCO. Then from there, you'll become a member. Depending on how you are behaving the other side, if you are consistent enough, when you come to Waumini, you should be able to access a loan if you want a loan almost immediately. So, but that transferability of the shares is allowed, and we are ready to support you on that. So what you can do, do a letter to the other SACCO, requesting them to transfer your funds to Waumini SACCO. Then we shall pick up the matter from there. In case you want the bank details, you should be able to just do an email to info@Waumini SACCO, requesting for the bank details for the purpose of transferring the funds from your other SACCO at Upper Hill to Waumini SACCO. We shall be able to help you on that. Now, PICAO, in terms of the share capital, the minimum is 15,000, but one can be able to get to acquire not more than 20% of the paid up share capital in the SACCO. So at the moment we are saying not more than around 88 million worthy. So it means you got room to invest in the share capital. In terms of using it to get a loan, as per the regulator, you cannot be able to use the share capital to secure a loan. Those are just your investments that are actually from the secondary savings that come in, which are not part of what is supposed to entitle you get a loan. In terms of the interest, of course, we've been giving an average of 15% on the share capital, so the return has been high. And why is the return high? Because these are non-withdrawable. You can only transfer to another member. That's why we are giving some premium, a good return of averaging 15% for the last 5 years. Thank you, and back to you, moderator.
Thank you. Thank you so much, CEO, for tackling those questions. I know now our members are well satisfied with the question. Actually, I can see there's no more questions, and those that have been coming on through the chat or question and answer have been well answered. Remember, this recording will also be available in our YouTube channel. And for more information, you can always visit our website, where we have a lot of information there regarding our products, regarding our services, regarding our location. Question and answer section is there, and you'll be able to learn more about Waumini SACCO. So at this time, I'll take it back to our moderator of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Wilson. Thank you for that interactive session. And I believe that we have been helped with the many questions that we have heard from members. I want to appreciate members who have sent questions here, Justus, Sumoni, Deporres, Alex, Nancy, Samson Mwangi, Eunice Madara, Mutua Kimau, Davis Langat, Caroline Wamula, Eunice Mwema, and Wandera Patrick. Thank you for putting your questions right here so that other people can learn from it. There is a speaker who talked about the benevolent cover. This is a cover that is very important to all our members, and we encourage members to be consistent in saving so that they can remain active. In case of any eventuality, your next of kin gets 200% of the deposits and your loans are cleared. Also, we encourage members to update their next of kin. Maybe you joined the SACCO when you are single. Maybe you joined when you have one child. Update your next of kin so that in case of any eventuality, the SACCO is able to serve your members, your loved ones very well without trouble. As we come to the end, I want to thank everyone who took their time to join today's webinar. Your active participation, thoughtful questions, and engagements made the session a complete success. As I said, we are live. We can revisit on the link on the YouTube and Facebook for clarifications on what we have shared. If you have got any follow-up question or feedback, please feel free to reach out via our email. Our email is info@wauminisacco.com, info@wauminisacco.com. I know we are just slightly ahead of time, but as we close today, I want to give us a small reflection on the Feast of Assumption. As we close today's celebrations of the Feast of Assumption, let us remember that true elevation is both spiritual and practical. When you serve with Waumini Sacco, we aren't just putting money aside. We are honoring our hard work, securing our family's future, and participating in a community of believers lifting one another up. Let us walk into the rest of this feast day with a renewed commitment to wise stewardship. Thank you very much, our listeners. Thank you very much, our viewers. Thank you very much. Your today's moderator was Bibiana Shesanya. At this particular juncture, I want to welcome our Vice Chair, who is going to give the closing remarks and prayer. Madam Rose, karibu sana. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And good afternoon, distinguished members. It's been a long one, but very important. So as we come to the close of this members education webinar, I would like to sincerely thank each one of you for taking time to join us and to participate in today's session. Our theme, the triple benefits of savings, has reminded us of a very important principle. Saving is not merely about setting money aside. It is about securing our future, creating opportunities for investment, and building financial resilience for ourselves and for our families. I hope that each of us is leaving this session with a renewed appreciation of the importance of developing a consistent saving culture. As Waumini Sacco, our responsibility goes beyond providing financial products. As we have had, we are committed to empowering our members with information, opportunities, and solutions that enable them to make sound financial decisions. Today, we have shared information on a number of opportunities available to members, including our savings products, loan facilities, the Waumini Sacco home mortgage, Mazao loan, Fahariland project, medical services, and the water tank initiative. The opportunities are there. The next step is ours. I therefore encourage every member to reflect on what you have heard today and to identify at least one action you can take. Perhaps it's increasing your monthly savings. Perhaps it is starting a savings goal. Perhaps it is investing in property, taking up a suitable SACCO product, securing medical cover, or simply reviewing your financial plan. Whatever that step may be, let us move from information to action. I also wish to remind us that Waumini Sacco belongs to all of us. Its strength is determined by the commitment and participation of its members. When we save consistently, borrow responsibly, and repay our loans faithfully, we strengthen the very institution that exists to serve us. I sincerely appreciate our board, management, staff, and all our partners for their continued efforts in making these members' education forums possible. Most importantly, I thank you, our members, for your trust, confidence, and continued patronage of Waumini Sacco. Let us continue working together in unity of purpose, supporting one another, and building a SACCO that is financially strong, responsive, and sustainable for generations to come. As we leave this webinar, I would like us to carry one simple message with us. Save today, secure tomorrow. Build the future you can believe in. May God continue to guide our decisions, bless the work of our hands, and grant Waumini Sacco wisdom and strength as we serve our members. Once again, thank you very much for joining us. And now, let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty and ever-loving God, we thank you for bringing us together today and for the wisdom and knowledge shared during this webinar. Help us to put what we have learned into practice. Give us the discipline to save, the wisdom to make sound financial decisions, and the courage to plan for our future and that of our families. Bless Womini SACCO, its members, board, management, and staff. Guide us with wisdom, unity, and integrity as we continue serving our members. Bless the work of our hands, protect our families, and grant us good health, peace, and prosperity. May all that we do through Womini SACCO continue to glorify your name. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and the hour of our death. Amen. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. As it was in the beginning, it's now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. As it was in the beginning, it's now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. As it was in the beginning, it's now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. Mary, seat of wisdom, pray for us. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.